share with anyone that I talk to that I live a combination of two lifestyles. I live a Christian lifestyle, first and foremost, and I live a recovery lifestyle. So it's a combination of those two lifestyles that as of January the 9th, 2019, I will have 12 years in long-term recovery. What that means is that for 12 years, I have not seen fit or had any reason to indulge in crack cocaine. There is no reason, no shape, no form, no fashion that I have to. That's gone. So when I every morning begin with, I got a Life Recovery Bible. I got in touch with Charles Stanley. I got the Daily Bread. And I got the Daily Word. That's how I started today. So, Bo talked about me going back to school. What happened was I came down here on January 9th in 2008, and Alfred was getting ready to do a Bible study. I came down for a bag of food. And so I sat down and he said, well, what would you like to do Bible study on? And I said, because I had came before. And so this time I said, well, what about prostitution? Because that's what I was doing. I was selling my body on the street to buy drugs. And we did a Bible study on prostitution. We talked about right here. And as we were sitting there, so Alfred and I continued to speak, and so I said, well, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. So Alfred, being Alfred, gonna take the lead. So Alfred went on and talked, and we did Romans 10:9, if you believe in your heart, you know that Jesus Christ died, and that you're saved. So then Alfred said, you want to get baptized? And I said, okay. So he said, okay, we're gonna heat up the tank. So I'm standing over that way for the tank, and I'm standing there, I'm saying, Lord, how am I gonna get baptized and leave out of here and go back to the crack house? So Jesus died, he was buried, and he was resurrected. So Alfred got me ready, and we got over in the tank. Street Gloria died, she was buried, new Gloria came up. And when I came up out the tank, Alfred said, oh, by the way, my wife told me to bring you home with me. I stayed with them for 2 weeks. I left there, went to a program, and got kicked out in 2 days. So I called my mama, and I said, Mom, can I come home? Somewhere I've been trying to get to for 15 years. And she said, I don't know about that. And I said, I got 2 weeks clean. I'm still clean. She said, okay. So I had one hot $10 bill. So you know the enemy, he coming that way, you know, you can go back to the woods, go back over there on Rhodesia. And I said, no, I'm gonna get this guy gas money. He take me to my mother's house. Well, I get to the door, she opened the door, and she said, I know I told you to come home, but I wasn't talking about tonight. She let me in. That was on a Wednesday night. The next morning, I went to an interview at the Waffle House on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. Got the job. By the time I got back to my mother's house, she said, oh, the manager called, he said you started on Tuesday night. I said, okay. Got to the Waffle House and started applying myself. And it was while I was there, because as I used to walk up and down Lakewood, I used to wonder what would it be like to attend Georgia State University. I was like, wow. I was like, change my life? Who gonna love me? What would I do? Who would hire me? So I'm working at the Waffle House, and I had a coworker that said, you can't go into social work. You're a convicted felon. And I said, that's what you say. That's what man said. That ain't what the word of God said. Because I'm going to tell you something. The word tells you when God closes the door, can't no man open it. But it also tells you when God opens that door, can't no man close it. So I started at Atlanta Metropolitan State College. I left there. One of my customers, he's a vice president at General Motors. He became a regular of mine. So one day I was talking to him and his daughter, and she said she went to North Atlanta High School. She said, my teachers go to Georgia State. And he said, Gloria, you want to go to Georgia State? He said, I tell you what, you get to Georgia State, and I'm going to pay for your first semester. I said, okay. So I'm going around, I'm telling everybody, he going to pay me going. So you know, you're going to always have your naysayers.
Yes.
Well, did you get his phone number? Did you? No, he said he was going to do it. I'm going to take him on his word.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget my best friend. We've been together since middle school. She said, the devil don't bring you nothing good like that.
Yeah.
That got to be of God.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for my acceptance letter. But why before I get my acceptance letter, when I put it in my application, they called me and said, well, ma'am, you've been convicted of felonies. You got to go before a committee. I said, okay. So she said, well, I need you to write out a letter. I need you to list everything. I said, okay, I've been locked up 19 times. And what this charge? She said, once you remember, I said, baby, I remember them all. So I put it all down on paper. So she called me and she said, the lady I was talking to, consider me tell you something. Recognize your seasons, okay? God bring people in, he take people out. So I'm having a conversation with this lady at Georgia State, and she said, ma'am, just like you, I too have a past. She said, but I'm gonna tell you something. She said, I just love talking to you. So she called me, she said, Miss Woodard. I said, yes. She said, girl, you wrote that letter and those people were laughing. They said, look, we don't care what she did in the past. We finna help her go on with her future. She's accepted.
Wow.
So I got into Georgia State. One of the things how the devil keep you back, okay, fear, all right? False evidence appearing real. It's been 34 years since you've been to school. How you gonna keep up with these students? I got to school, baby, they had to keep up with me. Okay? So, I get to Georgia State, I get with my classmates and everything. And I got inside, so I'm feeling ill, I talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And so, I'm in the bachelor's program of social work. And the teachers, they was like, Miss Woodard. And one teacher, she was like, that girl is saying anything. The word taught me, you can be bold, you can speak the truth, and you do it out of love. So, the word of God taught me to love me. The word of God taught me to be honest. Okay? So, I give my classmates, I just fit in with everybody. Well, I got an internship at Hope Atlanta. Valerie Turner was my task manager. So it was time for me to get ready to graduate, and she just happened to ask me, she said, what's your GPA? I said, I don't know, they say it's 4.05. She said, girl, you magna. I said, what is that? She said, you're in the top part of the class. I said, okay. Because I should be in the library at 7 o'clock in the morning, okay, to make sure that I had to stay up on everything. I couldn't get behind. So I went to get my honor score and everything. I was in the National Honor Society. I was on the International, I was in 2, 3, 4 things. So I got there and I said, well, I'm here to get my honor card. I said, they say I'm magna cum laude. He said, ma'am, what's your name? I said, Gloria Woodard. He said, no, ma'am. He said, you're in the top 1%. You summa cum laude. I said, oh, okay. So it became time for me to apply for the master's program. And I had one professor, and he said, Gloria, did you apply for graduate school? I said, yes. He said, how many? I said, 1. He said, 1? I said, yes. I said, I applied for the advanced standing program. And the advanced standing program is, instead of going to the master's, instead of going 2 years to get your master's, you get it in 1. He said, well, Gloria, they only have 26 seats. I said, I know, but I asked God, I don't need but 1. So I was sitting at my desk next to Darren, and the word, you got to see it.
Yeah.
See, the word of God feeds your faith. Faith is believing the things before you get them, okay? So you got to see this happening. And in my mind, the only thing I saw was that I was going to open up an email and going to say, congratulations. You've been accepted into the Advanced Standing Master's Program. So Darren and I were sitting at the desk one day, and I just opened up the email, and they said, congratulations. I went to screaming, ah! And she looked at me, girl, what's wrong with you? I said, girl, I got in. I said, I got in. So I go and I graduate, I get my master's degree. So after I get my master's degree, because of dowry, I had already gotten a job at Breakthrough Recovery Outreach. It's a treatment center out in Tucker. They have live-in and they have outpatient, got inpatient, outpatient. So I was working as a housing coordinator. And so it was while I was there that So when I graduated my master's, then he made me a student therapist. And it was while I was there, because for years she had been saying, you need to go to CARES, you need to go to CARES. And I was like, so finally, okay, I applied, so I got accepted for the CARES. Well, what happened was, one of my Bible study classmates, who just happened to be the chief of staff for Saxby Chambers at the time, gave my resume to the commissioner over the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities, DBHDD, Judith Fitzgerald. Judith Fitzgerald, in turn, gave my resume to Neil Campbell, who is the executive director over the Georgia Council of Substance Abuse. And she called me in to have a conversation. And we went in and had that conversation. And so I got accepted into the CARES, and I was CARES 30, XXX. That's how I remember it, XXX. Well, as a CARES, a certified addiction recovery empowerment specialist, I'm a peer support specialist, CPSAD. As a peer, what I do is I encourage other peers, people that are in recovery like myself, to advocate for themselves, relationship enhancement, help them with jobs, basically working from the inside out. The Word of God, it says, greater is He that is in you than he that is in this world. Whereas a CARES, I said, everything you need in order to get to where you need to go is already within you. It's strength-based. And what that does is bring it out. Bring out those strengths that exist in you, and I build on it. I tell them, I say, look, where I am right now, you can be also. The only thing I did was I went and got certified. That's the only difference between you and me. That's the only difference. There are no big eyes or little U's. And so I work with them. I facilitate at one agency in Douglasville. I facilitate peer support groups, and I also do individual sessions. At the other agency in Tucker, I do the peer support individual sessions. Okay, so it's between the combination of these two jobs together. This is how God is providing for me. Now, you could not have told me 12 years ago, because the Word of God said, I will give you double for your trouble. I will give you beauty for your ashes. Okay? You couldn't have told me that I get paid for being locked up. You couldn't have told me that I would get paid for walking the streets of Atlanta. You couldn't have told me that I would get paid for being a crackhead. God would take that thing and flip it. He said, I would take the foolish things of this world and change it up. He took it and flipped it, and now the official title, they offered me a job inside of Georgia Department of Corrections, is forensics peer specialist. They pay you to go inside the prisons. And she said, well, you say you've been locked up. You got to have proof of that. I said, I got my rap sheet. I can bring it to you. I have no problem with that. See, what the Word of God does is it allows you to be transparent. Okay? They say, you telling folk your business. I don't have any business. Okay? I have no problem with sharing with someone to add life to them, to take them to a better quality of life, to help them come out of that animalistic lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? See, there's many pathways to recovery, okay? I just happen to get mine through the Word of God. You got people to do AA, you got people to do NA, you got people to do CA, you got people to talk to a donor, whatever works for you. Because see, the one thing about as a parent is, I allow you to lead. You know what works best for you. You know what works best for you. You know what you like to do. You know how you like to do it. And I tell them, this is your training. I'm just your assistant. You're the conductor. I'm here to help you continue on the right track. Now, if you go off and this, then ain't nobody switch the track, I got to bring you back over here. But in the meantime, I'm here to help you stay on track. And that's what life is about. It's about going to the next level. When I talk to my peers, not clients, my peers, okay, I share with them the fact that, look, what we're doing is, I don't stop on the surface. Because when you stop on the surface level, you're really not dealing with the issues. We go down one level, I say, okay, we're not going to stop there. We go down 2 levels, okay. Oh, I didn't go deep enough? Let's go to the 3rd level. Okay? Because I tell them, I'm not here to pat you on the back. See, in order for me to help you live, I got to take you where you don't want to go. See, the word of God say, when you're uncomfortable, what he's doing is he's taking you to that next level. See, and you got to recognize that. So in order to grow, you got to be willing to go where you need to go, because 9 times out of 10, the alcohol, the drugs, or whatever, those are not the problem. Those are how we medicate them. Okay? And then in addition to that, the people I deal with are dually diagnosed. That means substance issue and a mental health issue. Okay? So, so address them in there. I'm always asking, may I talk with you about this? Do I have your permission to talk about that? Because, see, in this line of work, you got to have compassion. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something. A person knows when you're playing with them. They know when you're not being straight with them. They know if I'm just on Medicaid now, when you just getting paid for me to spend these 2 hours with me. They know. That's not. My very first social work teacher told me, he said, look, you're dealing with people's lives. They don't need no C. They don't need you coming here just working to get another C. They need you to get an A+. Because you're dealing with their lives. You're dealing with their lives. And that's what God did. That's what God does. He deals with our lives. Okay? He instilled in us. Guess what? I tell them, it's your recovery. Only you can get it, but you can't get it by yourself. I don't think there's a person in this room that think they can live through life and don't need God. Okay? I look toward the hills with my help coming from the Lord. Okay? I get with my peers, and what we do is we strengthen each other. The word of God says, iron sharpen iron. Okay? And we strengthen each other. And that's what peer support is about. Okay? So it's like this journey called life. Jesus said, go ye and be fishermen of men. Peer support says, give back what you've been free to give. Peer support says, help me get to where you are. Peer support says, you can get to where I am. You just got to do a little work to get there. Okay? You can't beat the devil at his own game. He's good at what he do. But what you have to recognize is how he uses you. What you have to recognize, the bondage. Bo told you I came in here and I was living that negative life. Okay? Turned around, gave my life to God. It turned into a plus. When I became that born-again Christian, the bar raised up and became a cross. Okay? When I meet with my peers, I say, look, you got to have full, you got to have empty, you got to have full. If you're looking at the glass half full, because perception is key, that glass will empty out. If you're looking at it half full, guess what? You can fill it up again. How are you looking at life? In which direction do you want to go? Because only God can get you there. Because you take you everywhere you go. That's Tasha, that's me with the hat on, that's Beverly, and that's Arlene. And that's when I was living up there for Rhodesia. Okay. Okay. That's my Bachelor of Social Work from Georgia State. That's my CARE Certified Addiction Recovery Empowerment Specialist. That's my master's, when I graduated with my master's. That's my CARES class, XXX, CARES 30. That's was at a funeral. That's one of our classmates, a funeral. That is my class, my senior year at Georgia State. That's the state of Georgia, the Secretary of State of Georgia, what's his name? Brad, that's him. We was at a luncheon out in Buckhead last month on the Buckhead Club on the 26th floor. Yeah. Okay. All right.